Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inside the EntreMD Business School. I'm your host, Dr. Toomer Beckford, and today I have the amazing Dr. Catherine Toomer. I'm going to let her introduce herself and let her tell us what her business is and where are you located. Go ahead, Dr. Toomer.
Well, hello, I am Dr. Catherine Toomer. I am a family medicine and community health physician and founder of Total Weight Care Institute. And I help people get healthy and well through weight loss and compassionate and comprehensive weight loss. And that's also for patients to get that and also for clinicians to teach that and to have their patients have the same. And so I teach doctors how to be better doctors, hopefully. Um, and I'm virtual. I live in South Carolina, but I am online. I help people all over the world. And so that is who I am and what I do.
Love it, love it, love it. Alrighty, so thank you for jumping on with us as a part of Inside the EntreMD Business School. Now, you know how I am. I am going to be all up in the business in this business school. So I want to know, we have now completed 2023. What were some of your tangible wins in your business in 2023?
Well, I can say that 2023 was my best year in business ever.
Wow.
It won't remain my best business year in business ever because 2024 is going to be even better. But 2023 was my best year, not just in revenue growth, but also in personal growth. It just was wonderful. And so what I have done as of the end of this year, 2023, I have tripled my full-time family medicine income working part-time.
Okay. Tripled the full-time family medicine income working not 3 times as hard. Did you just said you went down?
Oh, yeah. I work 1/3 of what I did before. So the way I see patients or I see clients 5 hours, at most 5 hours a day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday is my organizational meeting days with my staff and my idea day. And then Friday is my personal growth day. And so that's where I do the EVS CEO hour. I have my own, for my own coaching is on Fridays. And so that's when I do that. And if any other meetings that can't happen on Monday, I may spill them over into Friday, but I do not see patients on Fridays.
Wow. So you're able to triple your family medicine income, working 1/2 the amount of time. And not only that, let's talk about this business, this explosion that occurred in 2023. You launched your online business. Now, tell us about that, because that was another big, powerful win.
Yes. Well, I actually launched it because of COVID. So it was in 2020 when I first launched. But what I did, I turned it into a group program. It's a hybrid program. So it's a group program and with one-on-one also. And then I realized that there were people who were asking me for help. I didn't want to compromise my time. I was running out of time. And so I thought, you know what? I need to start helping other people do what I do. I became the doctor I needed when I was 100 pounds heavier. And so I wanted to make sure that people who needed my help could get it. And the only way I could make sure that happened is if I started teaching other clinicians how to do what I do. I do truly believe that what I do is unique, and I do it in a unique way. And so I'm very much an advocate for anti-shaming and helping people get what they need, and going after the cause of their weight gain. And so I wanted to teach that to other people. So in creating my other groups and my other products and my other courses, everything just took off exponentially. And then of course I have some verticals that also took off exponentially out of the blue. And so a combination culminated in my having tripled my income, my what would have been my full-time family medicine income.
Mhm.
And so much of that is also passive income. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
which is
Love
why I'm
it.
able
Love
not
it.
to have to work, longer hours in order for that to happen.
Yes. So you're able to replicate some of the excellent care that you provide. You're now able to do that by teaching others how to do it, which is part of the whole portion. Because even though we didn't mention it, you are a family medicine trained physician and community health trained. So your base is really to really be able to spread this wealth and of information and support throughout the community. And you're able to do that this like in 2023, and you're earning while doing that. Now,
Yeah.
those are some of your tangible wins as being part of the EntreMD Business School. But now let's talk about some intangible wins, some stuff that, money just isn't part of that, but the growth and all the other success comes from within it. So tell us some of those intangible wins.
Well, one of the things I did is I took the EBS mantra to heart: to earn and serve.
Yes.
And I became very comfortable in talking about what I earned. Up
Mm,
until recently, up until 2023, I really was not very comfortable talking. I would never have told anybody that I was making 3 times what I was before. I'm still not terribly comfortable talking about actual dollar signs, but I'm
mhm.
getting better because I'm helping people make money, and I need to be able to be comfortable so that they're comfortable.
Absolutely.
And so the biggest intangible part is that I am comfortable with making money and not being ashamed of that, and
Mm,
knowing that I can earn and serve. And in fact, my tagline is earn and serve with confidence, because I want people to be confident in learning this new process and learning a new way of helping people get healthy. And so I needed to be there first before I could help other people get there. So that was the biggest intangible. The other biggest intangible is just feeling I just stopped hiding.
mm,
I knew I had information that was good. I knew I had information that people could use. I knew I had information that worked, a system that worked, a method that worked, and I was keeping it to myself. And so one of the biggest things that I did was get out of my own way. I,
mm.
you know what? It's time for me to do what I need to do, let the chips fall where they may. And so that's what I did.
I love it. I love it. Got out of her own way, comfortable earning and serving, right? You said with confidence. And you're able to really go out and support those out there who needed the support because you knew you had that information. And so no more sitting on this info that I know that can help so many people out there. So you know what? I'm stepping out and I'm doing it. So now I got a question. What is the biggest lesson that you learned in 2023? Because we don't really get losses. We have wins and we have lessons. What was
Yes.
your biggest lesson of 2023?
Well, my biggest lesson has been the biggest lesson I've had ever since I met Dr. Una and joined ES. And that was the process works. Trust the
Mm,
process. It really works. The visibility formula, the masterminds of every type that we have, the in-person and the online, the courses, the information, the books we read. It works. It truly, truly works. And I have a confession to make. It's worked really, really well for me, and I have still haven't put in 100%.
say that again.
I still haven't put in 100%. It has worked exponentially for me. So I keep thinking, just imagine if I go all in, and that's my goal
Mm,
for 2024, to really go all in. And one of the things I did in getting out of my own way and making sure that I was accountable is
mhm,
that I joined EBS Scale,
right.
because I knew that I was hiding.
Hmm.
I was hiding and using EBS as a way of saying I'm doing enough.
Right.
Knew I really wasn't, but
Hmm.
even though, because I was growing, and so I was growing and I was doing really, really well, but not as well as I knew I could. And
Mm,
one of the things that really stuck with me is that by keeping my information to myself and not sharing it with the world, I was being selfish.
mm.
And that really settled in. And that's when I just said, okay, enough is enough.
And and then the growth occurred with
And
it.
then everything exploded.
Love it. So now, how did the business school help you achieve those 2023 goals?
It helped by allowing me to step out in fear without being paralyzed by that
Mm,
fear. It also helped me watch other people do the same or more. And it also helped in that there were people who were looking up to me.
yeah.
And that gave me the confidence I needed. And it made me feel like, okay, I'm on the right track. I have what it takes. And I owed it to those people. I mean, I felt a certain level of responsibility, not just to myself, but for those who really needed guidance. And one of the beautiful things about EBS is that we truly are a community. We
Yes.
are a family and we look out for one another. And so I had someone pulling me up as I was able to pull people with me. And I think that that has been probably the most invaluable part of the whole program because you can't put a price on that.
Mhm.
You really can't.
I know it's like you mentioned, when you're in a community, there you are in a community with people at different levels, and therefore you're learning from others and you're also teaching and supporting others. And it's a bond where you
Yeah.
tug to the left or tug to the right, but you're still hand in hand, right?
Yes.
And or the infamous lifting as you climb. It's all going on at the same time. Now, I know some people, they're listening to this and they're like, I don't know. This place does not sound real. What would you say to someone who's there thinking about joining the EntreMD Business School?
It's it it doesn't sound real because there's nothing else like it. Like someone says, well, what's it like being an EBS? And I was like, asking what it's like being an EBS is like asking someone who's never had chocolate what it tastes like.
Mhm.
It just tastes like chocolate. You know, EBS just feels like EBS, and there's nothing else that feels like it. So I can't even describe it using words. It's a feeling. You know, what does sadness feel like? What does joy feel like? What is, you know, it's just really a feeling, and you cannot, um, and it's not one feeling.
Mhm.
It's many feelings that are constantly changing, that are dynamic, but are always growing, always lifting, always, you know, just making people feel like they can, like you're invincible. I really truly feel invincible once after going being around anyone from EBS.
Right.
Um, you just feel like you can do anything, and we truly do. We are doing everything. I mean,
Mhm.
that's the beauty of it. Um, and so, like we said, we have many wins and many lessons. And you
Mhm.
know what's beautiful though is that I've been able to leapfrog over many of those lessons because other people learned it and they've told me, and I don't have to go through the same trials and tribulations that they did because they've shared with me how to get around it. And
Love
so
it.
hopefully I'm able to do the same for others.
So if someone's on the fence, would you say,
I would say get out of your own way.
there we go.
I mean, really.
Mhm.
So time is going to pass. I hear a lot of times we hear people who are say, I don't want to go to med school. It's so much time. It's so much effort. It's so much this. And I was like, okay, well, it is 8 years. It is 10 years. It is 12 years of training. But where are you going to be 12 years from now if you don't do it? You're
Mhm.
not going to be as far along. If you spend that time in education and becoming a doctor, you'll be much farther along in 12 years than if you don't. It's the same thing with EBS. When you join EBS, you join an accelerated path, but not an accelerated path to the point where you're overwhelmed. It feels quite normal. It's like driving on a highway and everybody's going 10 miles over the speed limit. You feel comfortable going 10 miles over the speed limit too because
Mhm.
everybody else is. Now, if you're on the highway by yourself, how much slower do you go?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So,
Same
like
thing.
we said, get out of your own way. You're with a group of people who are moving at an accelerated rate, and then they're just pulling you along
Comfortable.
with them, right?
That's the key. It's comfortable.
Yes. in a comfortable car.
Yes. On a
On the
good highway with
of
no
life.
potholes.
No potholes.
Or
They're
even if
helping
we
you
have,
because
even if there
they've
are
gone through the
potholes,
potholes.
we can see them coming and someone's already told us where they are and we can get around them so we don't end up doing anything damaging our tires.
There we go. So that's what life is like behind the scenes. So now that we've invited you inside the EntreMD Business School, thank you, Dr. Catherine Toomer. For us, our Monica is the amazing Dr. Catherine Toomer, who has given you an inside scoop of how her 2023 was being part of the EntreMD Business School. So if you are on the fence and you're thinking, she says, get out of your own way and come on in and join us. Thank you so much, Dr. Toomer, for joining us. Thank you all who are listening and watching. I'm Dr. Tamara Beckford, and we'll see you next time inside the EntreMD Business School. Bye.